Hello everyone, today we will talk about Ibrahim and Nigar. Why didn't the couple have a future? Why couldn't the couple get closer? Why was their relationship doomed at the very beginning? So, Ibrahim Pasha and his humble harem. If he could, his harem would be much bigger. He had never been a monogamous man, but he wanted so much to be like the Sultan. How is it, such an authoritative, domineering Sultan himself asks him for advice and even calls him a brother without his harem? The disorder. Pasha was not a stupid man, but he slipped up in places. Each time, the glimpses of stupidity became more frequent and larger. Ibrahim was in no way bothered by his origin. Who remembers his famous monologue? It always sounded when he was offended and melancholy came over him. I am Ibrahim, Ibrahim from Parga, the son of a simple fisherman. It is precisely the fact that he is a slave and will remain a slave until the end of his days that ruined our great man. Ibrahim reminds me of hurrem in some way. He, like Haseki, should have only the best and most expensive things. She and he should be next to Suleiman, and there should be no analogues of their person anymore. Hurrem entered the Sultan's family thanks to the wedding and children, and Ibrahim entered the family of the Padishah, thanks to Hatiya. But that was not the case. Hatice did not even think about treating Ibrahim like a concubine to the Sultan. On the contrary, the woman emphasized her status all the time and belittled Ibrahim, constantly reminding and pointing out the place of your spouse. You are a slave, Ibrahim, and your job is to serve me, your mistress. Of course, this did not suit Ibrahim, since, on the contrary, he wanted to forget that he was a disenfranchised slave. A man should at least feel like a sultan at home. Nigar Khalfa, who had already begun to sigh for him when the man had a wedding with his faithful, the sultaness, on the nose. Nigar did everything to seduce Pasha. She got it easily. She had worked in the harem for so many years for a reason. Ibrahim could not humiliate himself in front of Khalfa, not pick up glory, not think about how to behave so that his mistress would be pleased. With Nigar, Ibrahim could do whatever he wanted. To hit, push away, on the contrary, to caress, call or yell, but she endured and did everything to make Ibrahim feel like a Padishah. The fact that there was no love on the part of Pasha is 100%. He was comfortable with Nigar, easy. For status and pathos, Ibrahim needed the Sultan's sister, and for soul and entertainment, Nigar Khalfa. So, their romance was doomed from the very first meeting. In general, it seems to me that Ibrahim in the TV series, Magnificent Century, loved no one but himself. Yes, perhaps there was a love for Hatiya, but there was more of a euphoric effect that Ibrahim would be able to become part of the Padishah's family, and this would help him forget his true origin. His mental pain will be able to calm down, and no one else will dare to remind him that he is just a slave. But it turned out even worse. He got a wife who personally constantly reminded him who he was. Let's remember the moment with Nigar Khalfa when he found out that his mistress was pregnant. Pasha was not very happy, he was shocked. At this moment, he needed to take Nigar in his arms and lead her to his brother and father. Let her live there, then no one would have started to sort out and dig into his dirty laundry. Nigar is also difficult to understand. She knew that their romance has no future. The Grand Vizier will not be able to, he will leave the Sultan's sister for her. This is a shot in the head. If we were now judging not the series, but the story, then we could say with certainty that the novel of Nigar and Ibrahim could not exist at all. It wouldn't be as romantic as it looked in the series. The only thing Nigar could count on were minor meetings to satisfy Pasha's lust, nothing more. No one would pay attention to her at all. She is a slave, and he is the Grand Vizier. No one would have perceived her opinion and feelings, it would have been all the same.